Today we are going to review the third conditional. I am making this video with a cup of coffee, so I hope you have yours and enjoy this review together. Let's get started. The first thing we need to know about the third conditional is when to use it. So we're going to use the third conditional to talk about situations that never happened or that we can imagine the results they will have had. The structure to follow is the subordinating conjunction if plus the subject plus the past perfect tense, which is the one we formed with had and the verb in past participle, comma, the subject plus would plus have plus the verb in past participle, and we may have a complement. So this is a structure that we have to pay attention to form the third conditional. Let's continue. In English, we have two types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. To make the participle of a regular verb, we just need to add ed at the end of the verb. For example, the verb want, wanted, or start, started. But if we have an irregular verb, remember that to make the participle, the verb changes. For instance, go, gone, take, taken, eat, eaten. And sometimes irregular verbs remain the same. For example, hit, hit, or cut, cut. In the third conditional, we can also use the modal could or might instead of would. We can say could have or we can say might have. To make this information clearer, let's take a look at a few examples. First, we have the modal would. If I had remembered it was your birthday, I would have bought you a present. But you didn't tell me it was your birthday, so I couldn't get any present for you. With the modal could. If I had saved my money, I could have gone on holiday, but I didn't save money, so I had to stay at home. And with the modal might, if we had had time, we might have gone to the beach. But we were very busy working on a project, so we didn't go to the beach because we didn't have time to go. Just like in the second conditional, in the third conditional, we can also change the order of the sentences. If we start the sentence with the subordinating conjunction if, we need a comma in the middle of the sentence. But if we start the sentence with the second clause, we don't need any comma. Examples. If I had known your reaction, comma, I wouldn't have told you. Or I wouldn't have told you if I had known your reaction. In previous slides, we said that we use the third conditional to talk about situations that never happened. So let's read one more example of this case. If I had had famous parents, I would have visited many places around the world. Moreover, we use the third conditional to express regret, that is, for not having done an action in the past. Let's read these sentences together. If I'd worked harder, I'd have got a promotion. If I'd been careful, I wouldn't have cut myself. If you notice, we are using the contracted form of had in these sentences, which is the apostrophe plus the letter D. Don't forget to use it this way, just like in these examples. To finish up, let's take a look at both negative and interrogative sentences. We will start with the negative form. If I hadn't forgotten my keys, I wouldn't have been late. Now let's take a look at the interrogative form. If you hadn't missed the bus, would you have arrived on time? In these examples, we have the contracted form of had not, which is hadn't. Well, this is the end of the lesson. I'm very grateful to have you here and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you later. Goodbye.